Welcome to Pulse on Productivity, the go-to podcast where we dive deep into the world of CRM solutions, business automation, and the secrets behind operational excellence. We'll explore innovative strategies and share expert insights to help you streamline your processes, enhance productivity, coming to you from amazing business results.
We are going to talk about how to select the right CRM for your business. If you already have a CRM, there is a chance that the CRM that you're using is not a good match. And there is a chance that you are right now migrating from any type of a business management solution and you are looking to go to your future CRM solution. And this is lots of pain. I've been there with a few of my companies. I have multiple companies, amazing business results. We're doing CRM implementations since 2013. This is one of them. But before I worked with amazing business results, I suffered a lot and I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and good employees on the process of finding the right CRM system. Whenever we are going to finish this entire session, you will be able to create the right formula of how to know which CRM is for you. No emotions, all logic. And it will be a very, very simple process for you to understand. In the past few years, I'm writing a new book. And while I was collecting data for the book, I tried to look what is the average failure rate with CRM systems. And shockingly, the numbers were between 50 to 90%. In our company, for example, when prospects coming to our company, about 90% of them started their journey with some CRM implementations. They failed one or more times, sometimes even 7 times, and eventually landed with us. And we helped them get to the promised land. And the reason is not because we are better than others. It's just because we have processes and we're doing it for many years. But I don't want to sound that we are the only one with the solution, because it's not true. If you will think about it, creating a website, creating any kind of technological system, you're not supposed to fail 9 out of 10. But with CRMs, it is. And the main reasons behind it is that CRM developers are developers. They're supposed to come second. So they're supposed to come once you architected the system and you know what will be in your system. The business owner speaks business. The business owner or the managers, they understand their own world, but they don't understand the technology side. And they're not supposed to understand. So they're supposed to have someone in between, like my company, for example, that we work with the business owner to understand the business needs or the managers and then translate that to the developer world. So there is an account manager in between the translating business to code, code to business, and eventually implementing the solution. So this is why we think 90% will fail. We also created a full project, big R&D research project to identify the problems and why implementations fail. So there are different items for the selection process. We are going to go over them one by one, and there are many of them. And each one of them will have some weight. Some of them will have more weight than others. I will concentrate on them a little bit more. And hopefully by the end of the process, you will have a path of how to qualify what is the right CRM for your business. There are lots and lots of CRM systems out there. The main problem is that most of those systems will present themselves as what you need. And let me explain. So I created, for example, an hybrid CRM named MediCRM. It's a medical CRM that is based on the Zoho platform, but the face of it is fully customizable, which means it's like an industry-specific CRM. When we created the solution, we tried to find competitors. And when we wrote medical CRM, we saw many companies, but it wasn't real. So for example, one was Salesforce. Now Salesforce do not provide custom medical CRM. They provide a custom CRM, and if you will spend a few $100,000, you will get to this beautiful product called medical CRM, but they are not, for example, HIPAA compliant, which means they don't even have the certifications to be called a medical CRM because legally there are some things that needs to be in place. So the bottom line is you will have many companies that claiming that they are medical CRM, but they're not. Now, medical CRM is just one aspect and one example, but any industry CRM that you will search, you will find many answers. And only after you're buying the license, you understand that you need to customize the solution and it's not a specific solution. Okay, so there is lots and lots of, I won't say scam, but I would say marketing efforts to promote specific CRMs to get more clients. Let's start to talk about industry-specific CRMs. Industry-specific CRM will be a CRM that was created and developed for a specific purpose, and that will be, let's say, for home services. Whenever you are on this industry-specific CRM, the upside is that you're ready to go from day one. You can start working with the CRM. The other problems that you will have is that those industry-specific, that is really easy and fun to start working with them. And usually they will also offer lots of solutions that you will need for your line of work. The downside is that they are not scalable, so you cannot change them. You're caged into a solution. In the most cases, when you start with them, it's okay. But then as you go, you have more business needs. Those business needs cannot be accommodated on the industry-specific CRMs. And in most cases, you will need to bounce and you will need to find a different solution. And changing a CRM system is not fun, really not fun. That will be the industry-specific CRMs. General purpose CRM will be the Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho, and so on. Those basically, it's like Lego. You're getting billion pieces of Lego and you need to choose what you're going to do with those pieces. You're going to create a spaceship, you're going to create a car, you're going to create a mansion. But you need to know what you want to do. In that case, starting to work with a custom CRM takes more time, more difficult, but you will get eventually what you want if you have the right company working with you. And right company means that you will need to have a strategic partner that understands your business and is able to provide you, based on their experience, best practices of how to create the best CRM that will work for you, how to train your employees to be onboarded on this platform. The main reason behind it is that with CRM systems, you can't have some people working with the CRM and some not. 100% adoption supposed to be, and 100% of the people supposed to work with your solution. Otherwise, it will fail. It will not work. So because of that, there need to be a good process of taking this entire thing, entire concept, and drive it to success. And usually a strategic partner is supposed to help you doing exactly that. So we have industry-specific CRM, which is quick to start, relatively limited, and you cannot grow with it. And you have custom, you can do anything that you want with it. Takes more time to start it. But eventually, if you get it right, and it's a big if you get it right, you will be able to have what your company needs and you can grow with it. We have lots of customers that they are working with us for years, redeveloping, improving, making more things that are saving their manpower. They can achieve more. So a custom CRM, from my point of view, will be the right solution for companies that want to expand. If you just want to stay as you are, small business, it's fine. You can go with the industry specific, no harm. An hybrid solution will be what we did with MediCRM. We took a custom CRM, a general purpose CRM, and we put a face on it. So the face was a few $100,000 to create, but then we can take this face, and because we already created it, we can have more companies using it for low price. Okay, so that will be an hybrid of a general purpose CRM and then being used as an industry specific. But once we install it, the company can make any changes that they want, which means it's industry specific with general CRM abilities. We have in the company more projects like MediCRM. It's not the only one. So we have lots of hybrid models. And if it's something that interests you, you can contact us. We'll be happy to help you. API availability, it's huge. You will see companies that will have a CRM And then at one point, let's say there is a sale, which is part of what the CRM should do. And when there is a sale, they want to generate automatically an invoice in QuickBooks, or they want to create a document for signature in DocuSign. Most of the systems will have very poor API. So API will be this link between the two systems. Most of them will work with a third party named Zapier. Now Zapier, it's another license, but it's also another point of failure, which means the API, this link will go instead of from the CRM to QuickBooks, it will go from the CRM to Zapier to QuickBooks. And there is a chance that this triangle will fail at some point. In most cases, it is failing. And then you need the developer to fix it and so on. So it's not really scalable, also not stable. So an API availability is critical. If right now you don't see the use for it, it's okay. But I promise you that you will need API integration. Let's say you have an accounting business. It's very common that you will request your customer to fill in information before the sales meeting. How many employees, if you need to catch up on your taxes and so on. I will send a form. The form will be filled by the customer and then will be fed automatically to my CRM. And in that case, you need this link to connect the form to the CRM, sending proposals, sending documents for signatures, creating invoices, checking inventory systems. There are lots and lots of usages for APIs, and you will need it. So that will be one of those factors. We created multiple extensions. Those extensions will be APIs. As an example, the ability to send text messages from my phone system, not the CRM phone system, my phone system connected to the CRM. So I can qualify, for example, if my salespeople are doing the sales that they should, they're calling the right people. Lead came in, phone call went out. I can calculate how much time it took from the time the lead came in all the way to the phone call went out. All those things are super valuable. With SMS system, lead came in, automatically SMS is being sent. Hey, it's Lior. I just want to tell you that I received your lead. I'm right now on the phone with a different client. Give me 30 minutes, I will call you back. That will buy me time, so they will wait for my call while they're not going to call my competition. Very, very important. We did also integration with Calendly, which is a calendar booking software. Lots and lots of APIs. Next, we're going to the customization part. Customization will be the ability to make changes on your CRM. You can have different needs, and the system that you're working with is supposed to give you the ability to make everything that you want. The lead page, whenever I click on one of those leads, I will get the information that is an interest to me. I will have here why I need to contact them, what they're interested in, what's the opportunity details, what is the rating, website, and so on. I have all the details. All those are critical whenever you have a system. Otherwise, you're trying to fit yourself into someone else's plans, and it never works well. So customization is a big thing. What type of fields to put and how to put them and so on. Very, very important. You can see here also an SMS system that is integrated into the lead system. All those are customizations that are very, very important. This is, by the way, when I told you that there is a way to catch how much time it took from the lead coming in all the way to the first phone call, that was 173 minutes. So you know exactly how much time it took, and based on that, you can take action. Next, we're going to talk about cost. Big problem. Very common, we have prospects coming in. I will not say the names of those companies, but they went with the company. Company promised them $25 a month. They started with the company, and then after a year, they came back to them, we need to revise the price to $250 per license because you have now more records. And obviously, by the way, every system is supposed to have more records because that's the idea, to grow the database. And because of that, it's not 25 anymore, it's 250, 10 times more. Why? This is insane. No one told us that in the beginning. You had to look at the agreement, which is 5,000 pages. So license fee is a big thing. Ask the questions. What you have currently on the website, is that the price that we are going to have, what the license is including. Lots of companies will play the game of, we currently have this license for you, and then whenever you work with the CRM, you will see that you will have no automation. So automation will bump the price up. And as you like to have more functionality, which is basic functionality for a business, the price will go more and more and more to the few hundreds per license. I don't know how many companies can have few $100 per license per person. I don't know. I used to be a victim with one of those companies. I won't say the name again. We spent a significant amount of money because we were hostages. We went to the time of the renewal. We got basically shotgun to the head. You have 10 days to renew. This is the new price. And if you won't do it, we shut down your system. And I don't really have a choice. From the other side, if I renew, I need to renew for a year. I can't renew for 1 month while I'm figuring things out. So obviously I renewed for the year. I was the hostage, and it cost us lots of money. And until today, I feel bad with it. Setup fee will be also something big. So you're getting the CRM, how much money it will cost you to start using the system. So that's also a question, to do the customization, to do what you need so you can work with the system. Data migration. You have data in your Excels, in your other CRM, different places. Someone's supposed to take this money and put it into your new CRM. I know that it sounds easy. They will tell you, those companies, that you just click on import and you import the data. It's not right, because when you just have, let's say, contacts, it's like a phone book. That can be one click import and it's done. But what happens when you have relationships? You have contacts. Those contacts will have some, let's say, meetings related to them, or notes, or deals, or companies, and the relationships becoming more difficult, and the more data you have, it's more complicated, and someone need to validate the data. All those need to be asked before you start and jump on your system. Training is a big thing. You can have the best system, but if you don't have proper training, your entire system goes to the garbage. So it's very important to have proper training in place and understand from the beginning what is the training program that the vendor is going to offer you. Get the details, not the high level. In the high level, yeah, no problem, we have training. And whenever you start, they tell you, go to this forum and you will have training there. Okay, you need to have a trainer talking to your employees, because your employees will not, they won't go and start using your system. It doesn't work like that. People don't want to have changes. You need to have proper trainer to work with them. Super important. You have customization, like I showed you in the previous slides, and you have also maintenance. Sometimes you will need maintenance on the system, sometimes not, but you need to ask those questions and need to see how much it costs. There should be a dollar value beside each one of the items I just listed for you. The user interface, it's huge. Some systems will have a fixed user interface. It is what it is. You will not get something else. The ability to change the UI to whatever you want. In some cases, let's say that if I'm interested in web design, I will have more information to fill. What type of website they have now, how many pages, upload the logo maybe. So I will need, based on a selection, to populate more data. That's a function of the UI that needs to be in the system. Blueprint is the ability to click on a button, so let's say call answered, and then the system will produce fields that I need to fill as the salesperson, which means the salesperson don't need to understand that if it's a web design deal, I need to ask those questions, but if it's a SEO, I need to ask different questions. The system need to have the brain to do it, so the salesperson can concentrate on his work and connect with people and make sales versus do the rest. So all those are really interesting and important functions of the UI. Security and privacy, huge these days for sure. So let's say that you have lots of CRMs that they will say, yeah, we're secure. And they will have, let's say, SSL. SSL, it's a basic protocol to secure information during transit, but they don't have the rest of them. Which means if they are going to be hacked and you selected them as a vendor, it's your liability as well, because they're not supposed to put their information in their database. So PCI compliance will be a compliance to keep financial information, credit cards, even personal information, for example. There are lots of different standards, and if people say, yes, we have it, ask them when was the last test or who is doing their test. Make sure that you have answers for all those questions, that people not BS you just so you will buy their product. Very important. Most companies do not have those certifications. Data and security becoming super important. There are hackers that will hold your data as hostage, and they will try to blackmail you. It can close your company, obviously, because if someone gets a hold of your data and start to send emails to your customers, that your data is not secure, it's a problem. Security is something that you need to take care of. And also on the privacy side, there are lots of compliances that need to take place. And if you don't do it, you can get fined or go to jail in some cases. Next, we're going to talk about mobile apps. You have lots of people on the go and some people that are not on the go, but they still need the mobile apps. For example, let's assume that most of my work will be on the desktop. So I don't really need a mobile app. But it's nice when I'm doing things in between. If there is something urgent, I will see it on my mobile device on an app. So some companies will give you different mobile apps for their solutions. And some will not have them. Also, it's important to know what type of solution there is on the mobile app, because usually the mobile apps are trimmed and you won't have all the information like you would have on a desktop. So that's important as well to figure that out before you start and having a new system. Support options, also very important. You ask the company, do you have support? I didn't say who those companies are, but let's say the standard will be that you can have nothing. So if you read that, you don't have chat support, email support, phone support, and here you have more prices for support. So it's really important that you will check what type of support you're going to get out of the box. Sometimes it's okay for you to pay, sometimes not. And if you're paying for it, I think you need to calculate in advance and not just get end of the year another bill that you didn't plan for. You're not a government, right? That you can just add bills. You need to be prudent. So this is important. What type of support works for your business? For me, for example, I like to have emails. Email support is most important for me. Some people will want to talk to someone. Some people will like to chat. Some people will be okay to go on forums. For me, it's disaster. I don't want to go to forums and read anything. Some people will have support portals, but you need to know what you're getting and how much. What will be the SLA, the response time? Is it a day, 2 days, 3 days? Imagine that your CRM is down. Are you going to wait 3 days? Is that okay? You need to ask those questions. Obviously, the price and the support hours. Some companies do not have 24 hours as you would think. Some companies will have only few hours a week or few days a week. Important to check all those. Next, the CRM growth. Huge topic. So let's say that you have a CRM. The CRM right now is awesome. And then it's not. So the company created the best solution ever. And then they stop growing it. So you don't have more functionality. They're not up to date with the market. And over time, it's becoming a dinosaur. And you need to go out of it. What I like to do is go on Google, and let's say that system that you go with will be best CRM. So you look for best CRM change log, or what's new on best CRM. Based on that, you will see how often they're making changes and updating their system with new features. I would like to see companies that at least every quarter they're releasing some updates. If not, it's a problem. The next part will be the community. There will be lots of cases that other business owners will use the same CRM like yours, but they will take advantage of the features in a different way, which will allow them to grow their business. So let's say that I'm right now using the system in some kind of way. Whenever lead comes in, I am doing something and so on. Let's assume that I will see a different business owner is talking about the same behavior. There is a good chance that they are doing something that I never thought of, and they're able to make the same process in a different way that eventually will benefit me as well if I would know about it. Some CRM systems will have forums, YouTubes, podcasts, books, education centers, and the most important are events. Events that you can bring multiple business owners. Most of us will have the same problems, and to be able to hear how other business owners were able to bridge the problems, they were able to grow by using the CRM. So I think those events are really, really important. A single database, it's a big point. So let's say that I have now the CRM, and then I will need an accounting system, and then I will need some kind of customer service system, and a project management system, and the system to send newsletters. Those are many softwares. Each one of those softwares will have some kind of license connected to it, which means more money. And also they're not talking to each other. So someone need to make it that they talk to each other, which is more money to people like me, for example, which we are integrators. What I prefer to have is one CRM that will have all those functions, the finance, the recruiting system, ability to maintain your manpower, finance system, all those in one, and then you have one database. So you don't need anyone to integrate the applications. It all works as one. You have no APIs going back and forth. It's all one system. There are few companies like Zoho and Odoo, maybe there are more, that they created this concept of a business operating system, that you have multiple applications under one roof and those are behaving as a single database. So this is a relatively new concept. I really like it. Most of the business that we do in the last 4 years will be on Zoho. So we are really liking the software. It's inexpensive. It's about $37 per month, and you're getting all those applications under one, and the quality is very good. So that's what we're doing most of the time. And again, every business is different, and sometimes we go to different routes. But I think that the single database idea is awesome. Now that we have a bunch of factors, so let's say that I go here with one company, Salesforce, and obviously don't get me, to the details. So let's say I'm taking a feature. The feature is subscription cost. So that's how much money I'm going to spend per month per user on the application. In that case, that will be $100 per user per month. I will have 30 employees in my company, 30 times 100 times 12. I will see that this is way too much. I don't have an ability to do that, which means this is a qualifier that was not met. Some qualifiers like money cannot be breached. For example, I will go to see a nice Ferrari. It looks awesome, works great. I like the Ferrari. One small problem, I don't have $600,000, which means this qualifier will lose the deal. In this case, I'm looking for items that if those are not met, it's thumbs down, and then I don't look at this application any longer. This application doesn't exist. If you remember in the beginning, we were going over different applications, different CRMs. Each one of them will have a cost, will have if they are supporting mobile applications or not, APIs, single database, and so on and so on. So it's important to go over each one of them. That's what we already have those studies, obviously. But the idea is to understand for each one of them, if you can work with those CRMs. So for each one of them, you will have a table. The table will tell you if you have a deal breaker for any of them. If, for example, mobile application will be a deal breaker and the CRM do not have a mobile application, then it will be thumbs down and this is done. I'm not going over it again. If I'm going over the subscription, let's say this is Zoho, will be $37 per month, including 55 applications. I can do that. So financially, that's aligning with my budget. It's fine. Then I will give it 10 score of 10. Mobile apps, for example, Zoho will have them. But if Zoho don't have mobile applications, that will be thumbs down, and I will not continue work on Zoho as an application. In real life scenario, you will have something that looks like that, much longer, with multiple applications that you see as a good fit. And eventually the ones that will have the thumbs up and you want to proceed with them, all those I recommend you to have demos with the company. And I want you to try to see how you envision yourself under their platform and see if it makes sense. If it is awesome, continue with them. If it doesn't make sense, you need to kill it immediately. So don't waste time. Also, don't let salespeople and marketers try to take you off course. You have your path. It's what I showed you right now. This is the path to understand if the software is for you or not. On the way, you will have shiny diamonds. Those salespeople that planting some seeds in your brain. You need to make sure that you're not following those shiny diamonds. You are going to stay on track and you're not going to lose on the target, which is getting the best CRM for your business. If you need help with any of that, we can help you. And there are lots of other people like us that can help you. So make sure that you're getting someone that understands the CRM world, understands business, and can bridge the gap and work with your company. Super important. So thank you very much. I hope that I will be able to save one soul that will not suffer as I suffered in the past. And 9 out of 10 are suffering every day. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you in the next session.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Pulse on Productivity. We hope you found the insights and strategies shared today enlightening and actionable. At Amazing Business Results, we are dedicated to helping you leverage the power of CRM and automation to drive your business forward. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform to stay updated with the latest in business efficiency and tech solutions. We love to hear from our listeners, so please leave us a review or reach out with any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. And remember, efficiency is not just about doing more, it's about achieving more.